Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. I'm your host, Laws, in the building. It's me and Aaron and this gym rocking out. Got a packed show, a lot of stuff on tap for today. Got a special guest probably going to join us a little bit later. We're going to see. But of course, we got our question of the day before we get into all the sports talk and content and all that stuff. Question of the day comes in. It says, my 49-year-old wife has been married to me, 42, for 11 years, and we have one son. My wife has recently went back to school at a university. She's been talking and texting a lot to one of her classmates. I have confronted her about this, and she says there's nothing going on, that she just admires him because he has the type of job that she wants and wants to learn from him. She says that they have never met in person because most classes are on Zoom due to COVID, and he lives 3 hours away. But next spring, they'll be in a class together. She's been more secretive lately. She's changed the pin on her phone, and it's normal for us to know each other's pin. And she blocked me from seeing her calendar events on my iPhone. The other night, we were watching TV on the couch, and I see her scrolling through a long text chain and smiling. I asked, "What are you smiling about over there?" She lied and said nothing, just stupid Facebook stuff. And she lied again to me last night. She said that she has to work over for some staff meeting from 4 to 5. The problem is that before she blocked me from her calendar, I saw she has a Zoom meeting with her classmate from 4 to 5. I haven't confronted her about this. Don't know the correct way to do it. My heart is broken. I have this weight in the middle of my chest that keeps me up at night. I actually called off work today because I lack sleep and sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. I'm bawling my eyes out as I type this. I've had suicidal thoughts for the first time in my life, although leaving my son without a father is something I can never do. I have her classmate's phone number and typed up a text, but I didn't send it. Should
No,
I send it?
no.
I want him to know that I'm here and know who and I know who he is. Her classmate, uh, I this is what he's typed up, I guess. Hi, I'm my wife's husband. She talks very highly about you and says what a big help you are on the assignments. Maybe next spring when you're at university, I can come down and we can all have lunch together. I I am so right. I am so lost right now. Sorry. Forgot to mention that the other night she asked if I would be open to marriage counseling. I said absolutely. I happened to check the browser history on the PC and she's been searching for marriage counseling near me. So I have to take this as a good sign, right? What should I do? My man in the gauntlet.
Got him in the vortex. It
The
might be too
what?
late, though. First of all, don't
Dog,
send the
she
text
don't
because
s-
it ain't gonna do nothing but have him hit the joint quicker than he already was on the path to do that joint, dog. He already got a lake, and it ain't nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. She gone. She
she
gone
gone though.
for the
Dog,
moment.
she
Cause homeboy don't want her permanently. He know you there. He talking about he want him to know. He know you there. He don't care. Cause she don't care. You know the drill.
dog, it's downhill, dog. What you mean she don't care? She out here in the streets, her. It's not too late, dog. It's not too late.
It's too late for homeboy. He gonna tax the drink. It's already queued up for that joint to go down. It's just one more time for him getting on her nerves or doing something slick or being insecure or trying to ask for a pen or bring up some stuff she don't want to hear.
Can he do anything? What can he do, Aaron? What can he do?
So
How
you
do you,
know,
if you're in a situation like this, right? How do you turn the tide? How
I'm
do
gonna
you
tell you
turn?
why I could never be in a situation like this. Because when I sense the funny business, I'm not looking for a way to fix the drink. That's your cue to get out early before you end up on the rock bottom, dog. Like it's no way. Once her brain start operating like that, it's finished.
There's nothing he could do.
And even if homeboy don't end up getting it, it's gonna be somebody else though. Her mind is out the door already.
So you don't think is any kind of a good sign that she's trying to look up the marriage counseling to try to help mend the fences and get things back on easy street? No, there's no hope in that.
I mean, it's hope, but dog, once they mind go that way, it's
Dog. So this is the thing. It's a lot of things problematic about this situation, bro. First, when the youngins be openly lying, usually it'd be the other way around where the bad be swelling heavy
yeah,
and
and
the
bad
youngin be
lying
like,
too.
yeah, the
She don't
bad
even care to like iron up or
she
tie
just
up the loose
changed
ends. She just
she
saying
just
anything to get the conversation over.
changed the pen, flipped the
Yeah,
script. Youngin probably, it's school, Joe. So you don't youngin probably like 20 years her senior, giving her flavors.
and it's the kind of
Don't
stuff a lot of youngins do for real, even if they didn't intend on doing nothing crazy. But when he act like a gump and start like acting insecure and pressing, that joint just make you look weak and make the next Bama look like it might be time for somebody else to slide in.
it might be, dog. It might be
If
over,
it
bro.
wasn't a marriage, dog, I would have said
You
get
said
another one.
get out of Dodge, right?
But dog, because it's not in his control. It's another human being, dog. There's nothing he could do but just watch and wait, see how the Drake play out.
No hope. Oh, ain't no reverse ain't no reverse magic on this one, huh?
Only because not to say that like marriage counseling doesn't help, or not to say that things can't be
Hmm.
fixed, but this is not like This is like this sounds like just the result of a bunch of other stuff that had already came to pass. And once it
Mm,
gets to this point, something got to happen. Whether that mean dude knock a joint down and then she come back and realize it was a mistake, or she probably feeling guilty. That's why she engaged in the therapy joint. But at the same time, her mind is already there.
oh, you think she already went off the deep end and this the comeback? The
In her mind, at least, she feel like that's what she want to do. That's why she like, all right, let me try to catch myself before I go off the deep end.
Dang,
See if
dog.
I could get back on the same page with this gump who want to look at my schedule and go through my phone.
Dog. The Bama is fell apart though. He fell apart. The Bama
Bam
said
together.
he in the fetal. He said he curled up in the shower in the fetal. He can't even eat. Bama said he got a sensation in the pit of his stomach. He can't even.
And suicidal
Bama been.
thoughts. He need to go to counseling.
Hey, bro, I'm sorry, dog. This joint ain't. Yeah, it ain't looking good at all, champ. You gonna have to do the counseling piece, yeah.
And so is this? I mean, this is his wife. I'm assuming this is who he has the son with or the kid with. Or
Yeah, it sounds like that. Son 11.
dog is rough out here. He 11 and his mom in the streets. And in social media days, dog, could you imagine? In middle school, your mom's outside and Bama's find out about dog. Nah, might gotta let it go, dog. Might gotta let it go. I mean, go to the counselor.
Oh,
It can't hurt, but
yeah, go to the counseling. At least get everything on the table. Cause that's an opportunity for you to find out the real. Cause you sending a text, I know the jump burning your brain up where you feel like you gotta like interject and intercept.
it's not.
Doing that
It's
is
never stopped any dude ever, ever.
not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. And ultimately it's gonna backfire because Yagan gonna act a fool once you intervene.
She gonna be hot.
She gonna she gonna be hot. It's gonna just exacerbate the insecurities that she knows you have, and then it's gonna really tip the box. She might leave the house that night and drive up the main man house. So
Is there anything more unattractive to a woman than a dude that's super insecure?
I don't know, bro. That might be number one on the totem pole. Yeah, that might be number one on the totem pole.
So he got to get
Cause
that in order before you. It's just it's so much stuff going on in the background. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, speaking of backgrounds, Stevie J dog getting spousal support from Faith Evans. Where they do that at?
In America, where everything's equal,
Dog, he getting paid for Faith Evans. Where's Faith Evans' money coming from? I thought
she got
Stevie
hits,
J
dog.
had
That's
hit.
still in
Stevie
rotation.
J got hits too, dog. Wait, he not getting no bread?
But he not a he's a producer. He's not an artist. So his residuals, and he was a part of a group of producers. So his piece of the
Mm,
pie is way smaller than what her piece of the pie going to be. And it didn't even call. And he got like 10 kids.
yeah, he do got a rack of kids, dog.
That money
Is that
gone,
Stevie
dog.
J doing Stevie J, dog? That man was a snake.
He is
He a funny snake,
slime
but that
ball.
man
Yeah,
was yeah, he is
slime
slime
ball.
ball. I don't even know how youngins be giving him the time of day, honestly, dog. I mean, I guess you can get if you got hits in your repertoire, you can probably you gonna pull a
Well, if
youngin
you
or
got
two. I mean,
game, he been
I,
snatching the youngest from way back. He
yeah,
just
you
he
right.
even he know the buttons to press, dog. You know that. Once you know the combination,
Dog,
you
what you
set for
know?
life. Until you age
Dog,
out
this
the
that?
game, you set for life.
Dog, man, but definitely know the combinations, yeah. But I'm just trying to find out how people fall in that vortex, dog. When the Batman got he a scam artist.
But scam artists, 9 times out of 10, gonna be charismatic, and it's gonna come across like, see, people
That's
just
a
judging
fact,
him. Like
dog.
when you talk to him one on one, dog, the way they engage you,
Yeah, yeah,
charismatic,
yeah.
all that,
You
you could be
already
like, yeah,
know,
he not
dog.
that bad. People just hating on this dude, and then you end up in the vortex, and then now she want to be like, I
Dog.
should have listened to everybody else. You know how it go.
Facts. Nah, that's a fact, dog. That's a fact.
And everybody ain't exactly lining up for Faith Evans as it is.
Yeah, yeah, she went over the
She
deep end,
passed her
dog.
prime.
Yeah, she passed her prime. But I mean, like, dang. They was married too, and it's rough out here, dog.
Cold world.
It's a cold world, facts. Deion Sanders brings Brittany Renner on to the film room to talk to his players. You think that's a smooth move?
I think more coaches should do stuff like this because I think this would be more valuable to them than some of the other BS that some of these people that
Mm-hmm.
are not a part of the culture try to sell them as what's important. Because you see most of the time, let's say the guys in that locker room that may end up making it to the next level, a lot of these guys seem so unprepared when they get to that point because they so busy taking in false information and red flags from people that's not a part of the culture, don't know what the kids are going through. Dion
Mm-hmm.
knows 100% what they're going through, and he's
Dion,
way
no,
more in
and
touch. Go ahead.
I was gonna say honestly, I feel like her talking, there was no value in what she was saying. I feel like when she left, that's when Dion got real with the Bama's and turned out. Because I was listening, I'm like, young, she's not like, what is she trying? Like, it wasn't making sense to me. I'm like, what are you talking about? But
But she's never been around for her brains or what's coming out of her mouth. So it's just she's an excellent person to be able to make a point about, like you saying, once she roll out and the kids already they got the
they
internet. They
already
know what's
know.
going
They
on in the
already.
world.
Soon as she walked in, they
Right.
ooh, they already know.
They see PJ Washington and all the stuff he going through. So it's like just
Dog, he
Dion just
catching L's.
it's like a conversation piece to be able to kind of pivot off and be like, oh, y'all gotta watch out. These young's really out here.
They really out here, dog. He
And then we
really
got a
out
group
here.
chat full of Bama's trying to act like, dog, stop it. Like, but stop.
Like they won't trip over the, like they
I,
won't trip over that speed bump if it's out there.
I was levitated out of my bed when I read that joint. Like, y'all don't stop this foolishness. Tell me what they not gonna do with Brittany Renner. Y'all the
Dog,
first in line.
yeah, yeah, to get
First in
got
line.
because you already know she know how to fandangle you
Same way as
into it,
Stevie J, dog. They know how to operate, dog. Until they get what they be.
and then it all falls down, yeah. It all falls down. Oh, Brittany Renner, dog. She a character for sure. For
Not a question.
sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Let's move on to some sports. Uh We had a Monday night game last night. The Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Uh, I I think the Patriots were underdogs in this game going into Buffalo.
Two and a
This
half
Bama Belichick
is the GOAT.
ran the ball 270,000 times.
The Bama only had one pass in the first half.
Oh, is the Bama Bill Belichick the GOAT, though? Is
He
he a
is.
genius?
In any
Cause, cause,
sport coaching.
cause last year Bama was talking about him like it was it's Tom Brady, he's fluke, blah blah. Everything was Tom Brady, and he, of course, because of COVID, they lost a lot of their
They
roster.
had 8 players opt out, starters.
Had a plug and play quarterback, not like really just kind of a makeshift year, right? They come back this year, and it seems like they're the Patriots of old. I'm not saying Mac Jones is Tom Brady, but like early
He's
in
early
Tom Brady's
Tom Brady.
career, he's
Yeah.
early Tom Brady. He got the early Tom, like Tom Brady early on, just did enough, and
The
he didn't
humility
hurt you, and he
to,
just like,
to just do what the coach asks of you and not try to do too much. Like to have the defense, to have the running game, to be able to, if you took 90% of the quarterbacks out there and let them through 3 passes in a game, I don't care if it's a torrential downpour or hurricane, they're going to be pissed. That's something you're going to have to coach through during the week to get them back on your, like on the same page. But that's
mhm,
not something he has to deal with because he treats everybody that way.
yeah, it was. I, I
Oh, why is
wasn't
the
shocked.
ambulance out this joint, dog? This is the suburbs. It better be Santa on the back of that joint. I don't know why. You hear the joint? Can you hear the fire truck or
I can't,
ambulance?
no, no, yeah, they out here. Yeah. Bill Belichick, the Bama be cheating. So we're gonna just keep it all the way 100. You go to New England, they tapping your headset, everything. Headset might not work the night before in the hotel. Funny business gonna happen. They gonna give you bed bugs in your sheets, all types of stuff. It's not, trust me, they pulling out every angle to get an advantage. They letting the fire alarm drill go off in the middle of the night, wake all the players up. They finding out a way to get an advantage, right? Um, in this game, I thought that the Buffalo Bills had a better team. And
Agreed.
unfortunately, they just didn't, dog. Unfortunately, they just didn't.
This game kind of emphasized a point for me. Like we always talk about how dumb the coaches are and how they kind of like they'll be sitting on waiting on something to come or coaching for something that hasn't happened yet. Like they were playing defense, waiting on that play action pass that never came. Like instead of just stopping the run.
Yeah.
They were so busy, like we got to be prepared for that. You know, the play action's coming, it's coming, it's coming. The Bama had one pass in the first half, and then 2 passes in the second half. Only one was completed. So it's like they, instead of just seeing what's right in front of you and committing to stopping that, they so busy trying to think ahead and play chess. It's not nearly as complicated as these people make it out to be.
Yeah.
They had the
You say it all the
quarterback
time.
who could throw in the one quarterback in this league, probably maybe 2 or 3 guys who could throw in the weather that they were in, and they found a way to lose the game.
Hmm. Yeah, dog. That's how I go. I mean, we always say it all the time. Like people overthink it. It's simple. Sports is simple. Uh, we are joined by a special guest, Lance Woods, the comedian. Appreciate you joining us, man. How you living? I can't hear you on mute.
Of course I was.
Oh yeah. What's up, man?
Why wouldn't I be on mute? I am
How's
great.
it
How you
going?
feeling?
Good, man. I'm glad you could join the show. We were just chopping it up with some sports. I know you're a heavy sports fan. Is the Sacramento Kings your squad?
Absolutely. We out here. What you mean?
Yeah. So I see all like the videos and stuff you post and stuff, and most of it's like sports, like around sports and stuff like that. So I thought it would be good to like get you on the show, kind of talk about just being a comedian. What's that like? I mean, I'm sure you always had people, expecting you to kind of be funny for the most
Yeah.
part. But like, tell us about like when you started. Like, when did you know this is what I want to do? Like with my life, like I want to be a comedian and try my shot at it.
Man, I started comedy in my church actually. So it wasn't like something I never like grew up thinking I was gonna be a comedian because I didn't think that was even a real thing. Like you've seen people on TV, but everybody on TV seemed like unaccessible. And even the other people on TV you seen was like athletes or like rappers or singers, but you also knew other people who did athletic stuff and done stuff in music. You didn't really know anybody personally who was in comedy. Like I never growing up knowing a comedian, but I knew plenty of rappers and singers and basketball players, football players. So at one point, I used to be around my house, like imitate my pastor, just like joking with my mom and my sister. And then my mom, she was like over the like the church anniversary, like the programs. So then she was like, I'm gonna put you on the program to do that at the church. And I was like, fuck you not. You're lying, the truth ain't in you. In Jesus' name, I ain't doing that. But then they called me to the stage and I had no choice. So I went and did. Everybody loved it. Then I still wasn't thinking I was gonna be a comedian. I thought, oh, that was fun. And they just started asking me to do all of the church events at my church. So if it was an anniversary, they asked me to host it or all that kind of stuff. Then that turned into, okay, well, let me try to go to the comedy club. Then the comedy club, and then that was working, and then it was going from there.
So how was that? How was that experience? Like, I'm sure you like writing jokes, or when you started to take it serious, you probably were like, okay, I need to like write material and have material. Like, how much of it's just like improv? Were you just, just your natural, like, just funny personality in the set, or how much it was like scripted? Like, how do you kind of measure that environment? Do you just go into it like, I'm gonna just freestyle it, or are you like very meticulous about like the material you put together? Like, how do you curate your comedy set?
So any comic who tell you they go up there with no plan, they just freestyling, they probably are not professionals. They probably just get high and just start talking, and they're gonna just start talking. Even if you don't go word for word, line for line, you probably got some kind of outline of what you want to talk about. And then within that, something might happen in the crowd. Boom, you talk about that. Something might happen over here. Boom, the microphone might cut out. You talk about that. The DJ might have messed up the music. You talk about that. Somebody got to the bathroom. You talk about that. Something happened on the way to the show. You talk about that. But you always can get back to your material. I spend a lot of time writing, and it's not always necessarily sitting down with a pen and paper and writing. Sometimes it's having a conversation. Have a conversation with somebody, and then jokes come. You say, "I got to say that on stage." And then you like figuring out how to make it make sense in a joke form. And then you say, "Okay, I got a joke about this, and then that just happened. Maybe I could put that with this joke, and they can come together, and I could weave in it like that." So yeah, and I'm very like big on improvising. I'm very big on being in the moment, but I can't depend on that. You can't go on stage and just depend on hopefully something happens.
So like, of course, if you do anything, like you're gonna have some failures at the beginning of the process, and you'll have some successes. Like, how did you weather like the struggles of like being committed? So let's say you did a set and everybody, like, it just wasn't hitting, like, because sometimes it just, I'm sure not everything that you do just hits. Like, how do you kind of like navigate the space? Because some people get discouraged. They're like, oh man, like my jokes wasn't working. Like, I'm not messing with it no more, because it's just, like, how did you kind of push through that aspect of it?
Yeah, I think one thing you learn about comedy is it's almost like once you get that out the way, you realize, oh, that's the worst that's supposed to happen. Like, people feel like if you a basketball player and you get dunked on, you're like, oh, that's the worst. Okay, but I had 35 block shots and I got dunked on once. So if we weigh this out, I'm gonna stop going for blocks because I got dunked on. Should I stop playing defense because I got crossed over? It's like, if this is the worst, then I'll take it. Early on, I was like when the first bunch of times I done it, I never really had quote unquote bad sets. The crowd was laughing, and then once I started leaving California, and then I started to experience because you got to go to grow, so you start to understand that they don't understand these local references the same way. Or, a white person in California is not the same as a white person in Idaho. These I'm the first black person they seen in person. These niggas touching me like this. So that, I mean, you just figure that out. And then, like I said, once you figure out that that's the worst thing, it's like you weigh it. It's like, oh, but I still love this thing, so I'm gonna just keep going at it. Still have bad sets to this day. Sometimes it's very controlled now. You know what I mean? It's like if the elements are good for comedy, I'll do fine. But sometimes I did a show at a hookah lounge. It was 1 a.m. I was telling jokes, and they was in the and they got their back turned to me smoking hookah. I'm trying to talk to them. Whatever, I got paid already, guys. So y'all smoke on.
So like there's a lot of comedians that are, I feel like in the past couple years or so, there's been like a surge of comedians, especially with like COVID. This is just like the podcast game. It's just a whole surge of podcasts, whole surge of like comedians in the space. But like who are like influences for you? Because I know probably a lot of like up and coming comedians, they look at you, they look at a lot of like other comedians that are in your space, like Kev on Stage and all of them, who just kind of like grew out of this whole time to like prominence in a sense. Who are some influences that kind of influenced you in the comedy game?
It's a bunch of people because influences change. So you have influences when you first start in comedy, then you got influences when you see what people are doing. I get influenced every day, inspired every day. I don't want to start naming too many names because I'm going to forget names. But like you mentioned Kev on Stage, it's like, watching how he's grown his platform, in a very independent way, independent of Hollywood, independent of the way a lot of other people did things. He's like, no, I'm going to build my thing and let people who like this come over here versus me trying to go over there and conform to what other people are doing. Influences stand-up wise, Tony Roberts is big, Dave Chappelle is big, Richard Pryor is big, Sinbad is big, Mitch Hedberg is big, Patrice O'Neal, Steve Harvey, Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock. Like these, Bernie Mac, his Def Comedy Jam set alone, the kick it, you don't understand. I've watched that over 100,000 times. It seemed like, and I was just watching like, how did he do that? Like, this is amazing. Like how, like you know what I mean? It's just the energy and the fearlessness. It's like, yeah, bro. I got plenty of influences, and then my peers today, and it's too many to name.
What? So before we let you go,
before I let go.
What would you say, like, to some young aspiring comedians who want to get in the comedian game? We got a friend. I think the dude is funny, but he just kind of acting all scary about being on stage and stuff. I'm like, come on, man, just do it. Just get out there and do it. And the dude is legit funny. But like, what would be your advice to someone who wanted to get into comedy? What would you tell them?
Don't do it. Run. Go find something else to do. I'm messing around. So like your friend who you think is funny, who you say he's funny, he should get on stage, but he gotta make that choice. Because my advice for every comic is get your ass on stage. If you really want to do it, go get on stage and figure it out. I can't even really give a comic advice until they've been doing it. Because everything I'm saying to you is gonna sound, it ain't gonna make no sense. You know what I mean? It's like, you remember Sex Ed?
What's that?
sex education in
Oh
school.
yeah, sex ed, yeah.
So they didn't give us sex ed because everybody in my class was pregnant. But they was educating the teachers. Look, that's the problem. Move. You got to pull the panties that way. But imagine trying to tell somebody about sex if they ain't never done it. It's just gonna sound foreign. It's just gonna be like, so then you wanna, so you don't want to do it like this, you want to do it like this, and then be like, do what? Like what?
Yeah.
Until you've done it, then I can tell you, like, yeah, see, now when that happens,
Okay.
and now you got a crazy woman on your hands. Congratulations.
Oh man.
My advice is always, hey, if you want to do it, go get on stage. Go find the local open mics or whatever, or create your own situations. If you got a room full of people, just get up there and start cracking jokes and see what happens. And you start to get in it, and then we can come back and we can talk about some real advice as far as how to approach certain things. But go do it. Get started.
Yeah. So you do have a special, Undeniable, Lance Woods. Go check it out. I think it's on Amazon Prime. Like, how was that experience? Like doing a special, was that like something that was like difficult to do, or you just, how did you get the opportunity to kind of do that? Was that something you always had planned that you were going to do, or just came?
Now, I was in Mexico shooting a movie, and me and the director was at lunch. The director of the movie, A Clear Shot, is me and Mario Van Peebles, Glenn Plummer, a bunch of other great actors. And we was at lunch, and I was like, yo, I want to shoot a special. And he was like, all right, let's do it. It was that simple as far as getting him on board to shoot it all. We had that conversation, I believe, in like January, and then we shot in September. So he made that process really easy. Shout out to my man Nick Leisure, director extraordinaire. So that was the I'm trying to word this correctly. So this is something else I'll tell people, but this is once again advice I'd have to give you later on after you've already started. Now, I shot my own special, and then I went to go look for distribution myself. Independently. Like, I didn't wait for Amazon or Netflix to come say, hey, we think you're ready for a special. I shot the special and went to Netflix and say, yo, I got some comedy if y'all want some. Because you sitting around waiting for people to tell you when you're ready, it'll never get you where you want to go. So as far as the process of shooting it, I just like it was a long day. It was just, but once I got on stage, it like flew by. I just remember that day. I shot it on my birthday. And then I was also doing like Sacramento Kings media. So it was media day that day. So I'm interviewing players. And then by night, I'm shooting my special. I just remember everything about it. I remember getting my outfit made for it. I remember securing the venue. I remember just everything, man. It's just a beautiful night. And, the reception that I've been getting from it, because it's only been out for a couple months now, but the reception that the people are giving it is amazing.
Yeah, dog. I'm a fan. I like watch your stuff. I'm like, this dude is legit funny. And like, it's hard for me. I guess I like, you watch a lot of comedians, you see a lot of stuff. And I feel like not a lot of people are funny. Like, I feel like people kind of force the comedy a lot of times, but watching you, it was just natural, and I appreciate like just natural comedy or whatever. It didn't seem forced. It just seemed like you were just chopping it up. And so I appreciated that. And then, of course, like the stuff about like the dating the white girls, your cousin dating the white girls. I like all that stuff is funny because it's true.
Yeah. That's the one thing my pastor told me early on when I was starting. He was like, just tell the truth. It's like all of the funny is in the truth.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. It's like, just tell the truth. Yeah. The truth. Like all of these made up, like, no, the truth. The truth is always gonna win.
Yeah. Facts. Hey man, words can't express just my appreciation for you coming on the show, taking time. I'm not gonna really talk about the Sacramento Kings because they just sorry for real. They're not really doing a whole lot.
Wow, that was very unnecessary. No one No one
What we
asked.
gonna do? What you going to say about the Kings though? I
I mean,
mean,
where you want to start? I mean, we could talk about the Kings all day. I mean, I don't have all day to talk, but I'm telling you, we could talk about where you from?
DC. This Wiz town over here.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. The Wizards look very good right now. They started off hot and they kind of cooling off.
They're cooling off.
But I like Spencer Dinwiddie a lot.
Yeah,
I like.
We concerned over here just because he been missing games, playing games, and missing games. I feel like our team is just lacking another superstar. But then again, every team wants multiple superstars. Like you know.
Now the Wizards will be good. I think they'll be like a top 6 team in the East. Maybe get to the second round or something. You know, they're not Brooklyn. They're not Milwaukee.
No.
They're not Miami or Chicago. But outside of that, in the East, unless I'm skipping over a team, I'm just not.
Nah, Celtics maybe probably could throw them in there.
That Celtics team is tricky.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna end up breaking that team up too.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna have to move because Danny Ainge's been collecting draft picks for 15 years, but at some point you got to draft somebody. At some point, just having a bunch of draft picks is like, okay, like I get it. You saying you got a bunch of lotto tickets, you're gonna have to cash these in at some point.
Yeah, nah.
I mean, Tatum's great. Jaylen Brown's great, but come on, Danny. Come on, Daniel.
We're gonna see. Now, I'm just messing with the Sacramento. Like, I mean, as a Wizards fan, we've been trashed for a long, long time. So how dare I say anything negative about any other team when we've been in the cellar?
When you was talking, I was getting some. They was texting me. The goons was on. They was on standby. Like, yo, somebody talking shit. And I was texting him when he's talking. Like, nah, calm down. He cool. They was almost coming to DC, man. I had to cool them off. They good now, but whew.
Yeah, nah. We'll see y'all in the playoffs. I mean, Sacramento, y'all a couple pieces. Y'all made some moves. Like, didn't y'all get rid of y'all coach? I think that needed to happen.
Oh yeah. They fired Luke Walton.
Yeah.
And then Alvin Gentry stepped in. We'll see how long. We'll see what they do with Alvin Gentry. They've been playing a little better with Gentry. I mean, we're gonna see what happens, man, because it's still early in the season. But ain't really nobody putting no distance outside of Golden State.
Warriors cooking.
Outside of Golden State, and nobody in the West ain't really in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Golden State, Phoenix, and it's kind of everybody else.
Yeah.
So as mediocre as it feels like the Kings have played, they're probably like 2 games out the 5th seed or something like that. But like it's still early. It's December.
It is December. It is early.
They show signs.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. They got a young team. When you got a young team, you just gotta be patient. I mean, honestly, it's just gonna take patience. Lance, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate you taking the time out at Sir Lance Woods on IG. Any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to you for having me on.
Appreciate you.
How about that?
Appreciate you. Thank you.
How about shout out everybody? Make sure y'all tune in and locked into this podcast. And man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. We'll definitely check out your content. Go follow this man. Go look at his special. Check it out. I'm telling you, he's legit funny. That's not a size. If we endorse somebody, it's the real deal. So appreciate you. Thank you, man, for taking the time.
Yes, sir.
Lance Woods, ladies and gentlemen. Dude funny. I can go ahead and play some a clip. This stuff he be doing on IG that I think is funny.
Kyle Kuzma deserve a minimum 15-game suspension for wearing this to the game. We didn't say defund the fashion police. Come get this man off the streets. It looked like it's 3 kids standing on top of each other's shoulders, sneaking into the arena. This how women look after they steal their man's hoodie. He look like he got his boyfriend clothes on. This how women dress on lazy Saturdays. All he missing is a glass of wine and some imaginary hoes hating on him.
No, he got a lot of clips like that. He got one cooking Kevin Durant's ankles with the scales on the side of Kevin KD's ankles. Like, dude, legit funny. So definitely go check him out. Support. Yeah, man. Appreciate him joining us today. Aaron, Washington football team, what's happening?
You
I
going for that
told you we
5
was
wins?
gonna win. I told you we was gonna win.
What did you put the? What we put the wings on?
Dog, we put the wings on. They go to the playoffs,
Oh yeah, over
or they have a
500.
winning
Okay,
record.
okay. So
A
let's go ahead
winning,
and
they
do
can
wings
lose.
for this Dallas joint right now. Dallas
Dog,
week.
see, you
4 in a row, 5 in a
nah,
row.
5 in a row. Dog, first of all, the numbers, just the chance. If you flip a coin in the air and throw it in the air 6 times, it's not gonna land on head 6 times in a row, dog. So I can't put the wings on it because I don't expect them to win. First of all, Dallas is a better team, in my opinion.
Are they a better coach
They
team?
Ron Rivera. So this is the thing. Ron Rivera, he you know what he is, dog? This dude knows how to he knows how to rally losers, dog. I just some coaches just know how to rally losers, dog. It's just I don't know. I can't explain it. These dudes have won. First of all, these Bama's have never been this lucky ever in my life. I watched the football team my entire life. These dudes got rabbit foots all over the locker room, dog. Because the stuff that be happening to these dudes at the end of games, I've never seen in my life. First of all, in the final moments of this last game, it was a pass interference. Should have put the Bama's on the 2-yard line. They didn't call that, Joe. Just let it go. It just I these dudes is squeaking out wins. I can't believe it. And Taylor Heineke, I mean, trust and believe. This Bama is going to somehow, some way, win himself into an extended contract, dog.
This is Kirk all over again.
This is Kirk all up, but this is the thing. He's not even as good as Kirk Cousins, in my opinion.
He's not.
Kirk Cousins is better than he is. He's so inaccurate.
But Kirk, he don't have that bitch gene that Kirk got.
Yeah,
That's what cripples Kirk. He's like the opposite of Kirk. Kirk wasn't a great physical talent, but Kirk has NFL ability.
Arm. Yeah, he does have NFL ability.
Taylor doesn't really have an NFL caliber arm. He just, first of all, his pocket elusiveness is on 99. That's his best quality. Because it's probably been maybe 10 sacks he's gotten out of this year that most other quarterbacks.
He got out of a sack and scrambled out of the pocket and then missed a wide open receiver. I was like,
because he can't throw the rock. So it's like if you could combine them two together, you'd make a decent NFL quarterback.
Dog, if you can combine them two together, that about me Kyler Murray. What you mean?
But y'all got to ride the magic pause until the Drake wear out. This is the same route y'all took last year. Be sorry as hell in the beginning, then rally the losers like you say, and rally a bunch of overachieving Bamas.
Dog, he rallied these losers. The defense
just under 500.
The defenses look better, but it's still like missed the touchdown pass to Deshaun Jackson. Like, I just don't know what happens to the teams they play. It's like their mind just boggle up and then they do something like, I'm like, bro, this game is simple. Our secondary is trash for real.
But nobody challenges the secondary.
Take deep shots. Yeah. That's it. Take deep shots and you're going to beat us every time because we don't have covering corners. The corners we have are bend, don't break, can tackle running backs type cornerbacks. Covering receivers who go downfield is not our strong suit. And I don't know why nobody's throwing downfield on them. But this week, I expect and anticipate Dallas to throw downfield. All the pocket time that had the week before. So had a lot of time. Russell Wilson had a lot of time to throw the football for the most part. Derek Carr had a lot of time to throw the football for the most part.
They got a lot of sacks, and a lot of pressure. because he's dialing up blitzes all of a sudden that he wasn't dialing up when he had the all pro type babbers in the joint. It boggles my mind that when you lose your two studs on the end, all of a sudden you find a way to dial up pressures and be more complicated with your defense. I just find it
Yeah.
interesting. But the defense, they only gave up 15. You can't complain at that.
I don't know how they only. I, what's going to happen this week, dog? It's Dallas week. What's going to happen?
Dallas ain't playing the Dallas level necessarily the last seemed like month
I thought that they played better in this past game.
with Mike McCarthy out.
Yes. He come back. I don't know what you going to get.
I'm not 100% confident that Dallas is going to win this game though.
Aaron, no.
I'm not putting money on it.
You about to put wings on it.
If you're going to put wings on it, I'll put wings on it. I think it's a 51, like, so coming into, let's say 2-3 weeks ago, you would say this is a 90% Dallas win.
Mm-hmm.
We're not at that point anymore. Right now, it might be 45-55.
Yeah, I got him at 6. I think so. They got the Dallas Cowboys favorite at 4.5, and it's
At
in
home?
Washington.
So you get 3 points. So they saying that Dallas is a touchdown better than Washington because you get 3 points for home field advantage.
That's what they're saying. And you know, all the Washington hopefuls gonna be out in full brigade. That stadium gonna be rocking like old RFK. Because
let me check the forecast. I
it's
saw it's
gonna be
supposed to be like
cold.
70 on Saturday or something.
Yeah, Saturday, but Sunday gonna be back to 51. You want to take a chance on it? I'm not taking a chance on it.
See, Sunday 47. Taylor be all right.
That's brick. So I don't know, dog. You bring Dallas up here to play in that cold weather. I don't know if they with it, dog.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I like them 4.5. I might take Washington to cover with a field goal.
I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't like it, Aaron. I don't like it.
17 not gonna get it done. 17 not gonna get it done.
5 in a row? You think these dudes can win 5 games in a row?
I didn't think they could win 1, and they won 4. So what do you mean?
No, these Bama's then jump all the way back into playoff contention, Aaron.
They not even the last seed no more. They like the 6th seed.
If they beat Dallas, bro,
then they got 2 Giants games coming up, 2 Eagles games coming up.
If they beat Dallas, all the rest of the games is division jump. So they can't even like celebrate, which I think is actually good. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna watch the Giants. The Giants trash. They're gonna win both of those. They're gonna win one of the Eagles games. That's 3 wins left. If they win this Dallas game, they're gonna be in the playoffs. So your wings should be secure.
That's the thing. If they beat Dallas, I say, but this is the thing. If they beat Dallas, they're gonna lose the next game, dog. That'll be
no, dog. They're gonna watch the Giants.
Dog, it'll be 7 games in a row, Aaron. There's no way. 6
but
games.
This is not dice, dog. It's not like just because you roll, it has to eventually be something else. If you outplay the other team, you win. Generally speaking.
Okay.
And don't turn the ball over. He threw 1 interception, but they're not really turning it over.
First of all, he threw an interception and Bama dropped the jump.
Yeah, that happens all the time, though. He's the
luckiest.
All the time. He's the luckiest with those. But Gibson hasn't been fumbling either because they've been winning the turnover battle. So the issue is Logan Thomas has saved his ass plenty of times with these high throws. Logan Thomas catches them joints.
He mossed the jump out of. First of all, we don't have anybody else that could do that.
And so Terry McLaurin saved him a bunch too, but without Logan Thomas, it seems like he's a different quarterback, especially when it comes to those red zone touchdowns, because you don't have to be accurate when you got a 6'6" Bama that can jump out the gym, being able to bring in some of those passes. So that part's going to be interesting. I don't know how long McKissick's going to be out, but as long as they don't turn the ball over a bunch, they should be in the game.
What are you going to see?
They can't get down early and make him have to throw the ball.
Yeah. This is If he has to throw 30 times, it's a wrap. You got to be able to control the clock as they've been doing. And
Gibson leads the NFC in rushing, 800 something yards.
Assert yourself on the ground and just go that way. Like we're seeing around the league, that's starting to be a formula that works for these quarterbacks that just not able to get it done. Yeah, I think you got to do it, though. But if they win, if they beat the Dallas Cowboys, they win 6 games in a row. This town about to go bananas.
They about to win the chip.
Nah, heck no. That ain't happening.
They gonna win
That
the
ain't
playoff
happening.
game.
It ain't happening. I don't think that's happening either. Unless we play Kirk Cousins, then we got a chance.
These Bama's lost to Detroit. Oh, you got to be
They lost to
kidding me.
Detroit. We gonna get on them. We gonna get on Minnesota. Cause they like and it's really, dog, you gotta fire your coach at that point. I watched the last moments of that game and I kept saying to myself, why are you playing back with a quarterback and Jared Goff, who's known pressure to stifle him, dog? It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, so they caught an L, and it's Kirk Cousins' fault. I don't care. It's still Kirk Cousins' fault. We got our games. I still haven't added up the stuff, dog. I'm still in the gauntlet. As soon as I get out the gauntlet, I'm going to add it up for the last 4 weeks now. It's 4 weeks now. But at least I got the receipts for every week, so I'll be able to add it up. This week, we got the NFL games. We got Pittsburgh Steelers at the Minnesota Vikings. Speaking of the Vikings are favored -3.5. I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers, dog.
Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Steelers. Steelers just played the Ravens tough. They squeaked out a win. They kept their playoff hopes alive. Tomlin ain't never had a losing record in his life. And if he was to lose this, that would increase the percentages of him having his first losing season this year. That's not happening. So they're gonna beat Kirk Cousins in the Vikings, though. Stamp that. So I'm going with the Steelers too. Dallas Cowboys at the Washington football team. Washington is underdogs at home 4.5. What you gonna do? Washington. I am scared to pick Washington, even though my heart wants them to win.
So no, I'm going Dallas. I ain't messing with y'all. I was trying to get you to take the bait, but you ain't take it. Give me Dallas. Give me Dallas.
No, you try to get me, dog. I'm going with Dallas too. I'm not messing with these Washington football team, dog. It's not in the cards, young. It's not in the cards. They can't keep winning like this, especially with an inaccurate quarterback. This Bama's so inaccurate. It's like, if he was accurate, Aaron, I would be inclined to take them in a game like this, because I'd be like, look, the Bama's elusive. He gets out of trouble, and he can make those surefire throws. But I've seen him too consistently throw over Bama's heads, miss wide open people, throw the ball high, which lends to interceptions in most cases. Be careless with the football. Like, I'm going with Dallas. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Tennessee Titans. Titans are favored -9.5 against Jacksonville.
I ain't mess with Jacksonville no more. Give me the Titans.
I'm going with the Titans as well. Coming off a bye, they're going to wash the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm pretty sure of it. Seattle Seahawks at the Houston Texans. Seattle is favored -7.5 at Houston. Tyrod Taylor is hurt again. Feared, I guess he torn something, ligament or something. Dog, the Bama just need to retire, because he stay hurt. Who you
wouldn't
going with?
rehab for 15 million a year?
I would. You're right.
Every year. I'm rehabbing every year. Cut the check.
You're right. I'm going with Seattle to beat Houston.
Give me Seattle.
Yeah, they're going to beat them by 7.5. Raiders coming off a loss at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored -8.5. They played better.
Give
This
me
is
the
division
Raiders.
matchup.
That 8.5 tough, Paul. Give
Shit,
me the
I'm
Raiders.
gonna go ahead and go with the Raiders too, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and rock with the Raiders. Um, yeah, I'm gonna rock with the Raiders. New Orleans Saints at the New York Jets. Jets are underdogs at home, 5.5. Saints have been without Alvin Kamara for like the past 5 weeks, and just my
Killing
luck,
my
I got him
fantasy.
on fantasy, and this Bama not even playing. Like I don't even know if
Right.
he's gonna come back for the season. This joint is killing me. And you know, in fantasy, it's coming down to the playoff time, so you need the studs. Like every win matters, dog. And I haven't even been like I've been just trotting out random Joe Schmoes out there to try to help me give me 2-3 points. This is ridiculous, dog. But I think that the New Orleans Saints are better than the Jets, so I'm gonna go with the Saints. Is Michael Thomas not playing football no more?
Sure look like it. I ain't even heard a peep about that, Bama.
Yeah. Okay. So it look like they just gearing up to get a quarterback for next year or something, because it don't. It look like they gave up on this season. But I'm going with the Saints over the Jets minus the 5.5. What you doing?
Saints.
Okay. Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are favored minus 2.5 against Atlanta. Last time we saw the Carolina Panthers, they looked like some doo-doo. So
And McCaffrey out again. Give me
who
the
stay
Falcons.
hurt? Yeah, I'm going with the Falcons plus the 2. You taking Matt Ryan? Hold on.
I'm just not taking the Panthers.
Okay.
When they
All
don't
right.
have their Aryan super soldier out there, them Bama's be looking real pedestrian.
Real regular. Real regular. Atlanta. Sorry, got Atlanta. Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. Browns are favored minus 2.5. Ravens have looked real regular as of late. Are you concerned about Lamar Jackson?
Yes, but they'll win this game. Give me the Ravens.
I am going with the Ravens as well. All right. Then you have the New York Giants at the Los Angeles Chargers. Chargers are favored minus 10.5.
Damn. Give me the Chargers.
I don't know about this one, though.
Where is it? In San Diego?
San Diego.
Give me the Chargers.
10.5 is steep.
It's inflated, but they'll win by 2 scores.
I'm gonna go with the Giants on this one. That 10.5 is too. Yeah, I can't even rock with the 10.5 though. I can't do it. Detroit Lions at the Denver Broncos. Broncos are favored minus 7.5.
Broncos
Detroit Lions got their first win this week over
against
Kirk
Kirk
Cousins
Cousins.
and the Minnesota Vikings. Dog. And yeah, so the Denver Broncos, I think Detroit now they have a little bit more confidence. I think they can cover the 7.5 versus Denver. I think they'll cover the 7.5. I'm going with Detroit. Okay. San Francisco 49ers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals got washed. They're favored. Bengals are favored minus a half a point. I'm going with San Francisco.
You said what's the spread again?
A half a point in favor of Cincinnati.
Give me Cincinnati.
Okay. Buffalo Bills coming off a loss to the Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers are favored minus 3.5
And this is in Tampa?
in Tampa.
Mm,
It's a tough one.
give me Tampa.
I'm going to go Buffalo. Chicago Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Packers are favored minus 11.5.
Give me the Packers.
Give me the Bears plus the 11.5. Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray comes back and it's Kyler Murray. He cooks. Cardinals are favorite -2.5. James Conner quietly has been one of the best running backs in the NFL, next to the dude out of Indianapolis. What's my man name?
John Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor. So I I'm gonna go with Arizona in this one.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. So we unanimous there. That is our games. Before we get out of here, dog, you concerned about the Wizards?
Yeah,
I'm
I mean
concerned.
they need another guard, well, another scorer that could come from the three position. But I think if they're not going to get a certified scorer, they need another point guard.
What would you think about this, right? What would you think about a move like this? You package a deal where you give up maybe Kyle Kuzma, uh, what's the young boy, Aaron Holiday, and maybe trying to think here because it's got to be strategic, and maybe like what's his name, Thomas Bryant, for like Pascal Siakam.
I'm not giving up Kuzma and all that for Pascal Siakam. I can't.
Siakam
I
gets
think
buckets, dog.
he
To me, he's like a he's another tiered star. He's not a superstar, but he can help you win. Like those games where you need buckets and you in that you got Bill you can go to, you could give it to Siakam. Like to me, that's like another star that you can lean on around with the pieces that you have. So I feel like Kuzma just leaves some stuff to be desired. Even though he's been playing exceptionally well.
and I think that falls on sometimes the green light that some of these alias guards I don't like keep getting shots that should be like Kuzma's the second best offensive player on the team. Whether people want to like it or not, he's the second best natural scorer after Bill on the team. Not Dinwiddie, not these other guys. They don't run
Mhm,
enough offense to him or make it a priority to get him shots other than him just getting kickouts from double teams and just pulling threes sometimes, just because he happens to be standing where a double team is just uh, another player just got double team. Like they
mhm,
need to run more shots to him. He's the only one that's kind of been making shots this year because Bill,
mhm.
he scored 31 the other night, but he hasn't
Yeah,
been
but
scoring to his normal clip
he
before.
hasn't been shooting well from behind the arc.
Bertans, yeah. So none of the team hasn't really been shooting well from three, but Kuzma's the only one that's been shooting a decent percentage. He
Mhm,
started off a little cool, but shooting a decent percentage from three. So like run more offense to him. I think he's on the upside, not the downside. And so I
mhm,
think he could be even a better offensive player if they stop letting Neto and some of these other random yos just throw up whatever and there's no penalty.
mhm, mhm.
Like I get that y'all like the share the ball offense and like everybody gets a shot. I get y'all emphasize that, but I don't like that. I want dogs to get the shots. Like you'll get a
Mhm.
couple of the joints, but it's not equal opportunity over here.
Mhm.
That's just
Yeah.
like I just don't like when it's just everybody got an equal shot. Nah, I want Bill taking bad shots over Neto taking good shots. I want Kuzma taking good shots or just taking shots over Neto taking shots. It's just
Mhm.
for me, I don't want to see these some of these alias Bamas with 7, 8, 9, 10 shots at the end of the game and they losing. I
Yeah.
don't want to see that.
Who what did the Wizards do? Who can they go after you think would come in and be able to like
The guy in New York, they just got benched. I think you can get
Kimba?
him for cheap.
Oh,
And I think he'll be a
Rose?
yeah, Kimba. I think he'd be a perfect fit to what they're trying. He already benched, so you coming off the bench. He can play that combo guard. So like when Dinwiddie is not available, he can play
Mhm,
the one or the two. He's not in New York. He's not gonna have that same pressure. He could score the basketball. Like he's
mhm,
not playing hot right now, but I think he's somebody you can get for cheap for the pieces that you have. Um, and I think it'll be a better fit than I know it seemed like I hate Neto dog, but I just don't understand this Bama be getting all these minutes and all these
yeah,
shots
he
in these
definitely shouldn't be getting a
situations.
lot of shots, though. He definitely be getting way too many shots.
And this
Uh,
Dinwiddie
I,
move is kind of a fail in this year only because of his health. Like he can't consistently show up and be
mhm.
the guy that you paid him to be at $20 million a year. I think you get some of that in return if you can get. I don't know what the money looks like, but if you can get Kimba, I think that makes sense. Depending on what you have to give up, of course. But I
Yeah,
want another guard on the team.
yeah, I do want another guard too. I want another scoring guard on our team because the guards we got right now, I just Neto blows my life. I don't really like him much.
Aaron Holiday is just
Aaron Holiday just seemed like
undersized,
he
shots just going
undersized. He
up,
just looked
floaters. Yeah,
like I know there was a rumor around Karis LeVert and maybe Sabonis and how the Indianapolis may be looking try to rebuild and get pieces and stuff like that. And while I think Sabonis is the real deal, dog. Like I would love to have him, uh Montrez, both on the
and
glass
Gafford.
with
Yeah,
Gafford.
I like them
Oh
guys.
my gosh, dog. First of all, every rebound will belong to us. Every putback, like you wouldn't really have to worry about outside shooting because you got three Bammers on the inside that can get putbacks. They all play real dirty and like they just ballers, young, and like they're very like gritty ballers. So, but
And what's going on
I
with Roy, dog? Like it's enough is enough. Enough is enough.
dog, he got the etch a sketch in his mind right now, dog. He just Jump, you shake it up, dog, and it's just the sand. Just I don't know.
Like
I
Bama was
don't
just
know.
patient and letting the Bama take it, but enough is enough. These Bama was like 20 something games into the season. Just, dog, stop.
We need the bodies, though. We need the bodies, but I don't know. You're right, though. The biggest need is at guard. It is at guard. I actually like what I've seen from Denny Avdia. I've liked what I've seen from Kispert. Like
I do like
I
Kispert.
I felt like they given us solid minutes. And honestly, real talk. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to tell Wes Unseld Jr. how to coach the team or whatever. But really, I would like for Kispert to be a little more aggressive offensively because he's done some stuff where I'll be like, oh, let the Bama shoot. Like it seemed like he not trying to get yelled at or like he just trying to like stay in the good graces opposed to just playing, dog. Like
Because he don't have minutes he can lean on yet where he knows I'm gonna get this amount of minutes every night.
exactly. And I'm like, he don't need to be like, first of all, we're right now, the team is lacking bona fide shooters and scorers.
Right.
It's lacking that. So if you have somebody who's shown and demonstrated that they actually can put the ball in the hoop, and I think he can,
He's a
honestly,
natural shooter to me.
let the dude go. And granted, I don't want the Bama taking step back threes and fadeaways for like, but I do want him more aggressive offensively. I just want him more aggressive.
So the
Like,
one criticism I will say of Wes Unseld so far, and this is just my personal preference. I'm not saying
mhm,
I know better than he know. I don't like, and it kind of is a piggyback off of the point from earlier. I don't like. I think the bench is too long. Like he plays too long of a rotation. Like too many minutes going to too many guys too equally. Like I want to see, and maybe he's preserving the team for later in the year. I don't know,
that's
but
what it seemed like to
at a
me. It
certain
seemed like
point,
a preservation of the team to like make sure that nobody's burnt out.
yeah, at a certain point, I feel like he got to find out who his guys are,
Mhm,
and because sometimes it looked like Pee Wee League where everybody's gonna get a shared amount of minutes, and it's almost like coaching off of cue cards in that
mhm,
way where I feel like sometimes we just got to go by feel. Like Kispert, like you said, you've been hot this last week. You might not start, but you're gonna get 25 minutes this game instead of Avi, who'd be putting up 3 points or 6 points or zero
mhm,
points on the box score because he's already a better scorer than Avi is, even though he's a rookie. You know what I mean? It's just
mhm,
little tweaks like that, and that's where you don't know if it's Tommy still with the Ernie Grunfeld plan of okay, my guys are here. I want to see this and see that, or does he have full autonomy to be like, you know what, I'm gonna tighten up this rotation until somebody starts earning some of these minutes versus just throwing Joe Blows out there. It's just too
I
many bums getting too many, not bums, but too many
yeah,
Joe Blows getting too many quality minutes for my liking.
yeah. I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I think that they could cut that roster down a little bit. I get it. It's a long season and we're not even through the first quarter of it. So, having a rotation, getting guys some development in there, all that matters. You're getting back to backs and you're trying to get guys in. I think Abdia has done a lot. Like he's really an all around, just do everything. Like be on the boards, but defensively, he be getting bammed on, dog. Like he be getting fouls and stuff. He play hard, but defensively, I feel like when guys match up against them, they just like you know how it is in the
He
gym
lighting the
where
ass. Yeah.
they just be like this
You got
bam
this
on
white
me.
boy on me? Okay. You know how I
you
go.
you know how I go. Or you put this bam on, oh, I'm about to fry him. And they do. And so I just think you have to kind of change that, or at least put somebody on the other end that they fear. Like I feel like Pittsburgh, he might give up a little bit defensively, but on the other end, the Bam is a knockdown shooter. I seen him be able to get to the cup, but he's playing tentative because, like you say, his minutes ain't secure. So hopefully they'll get through this stretch. I mean, they've lost 3 in a row, and it seems like they hit that patch, and it seems like Montrezl Harrell is kind of getting fatigued as far as his body looks like, because he not exploding to the basket and dunking like he was 2 weeks ago. Like he barely just dunking the basketball. I mean, he's still dunking, but it just ain't with the same type of that
Explosiveness.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
explosiveness that was early on.
I
I
think
mean,
they should run
Gafford.
more offense to him too. I feel like that he gets a lot of buckets just based on his hustle and rebound and
Yeah,
tenacity. Like I don't think they run enough because when they run offense to the Bam and let him get his touches, he can go out there and give you 25 when Bill's struggling or
facts.
28. You know what I mean? It's just I know he's still learning his team. You know what I mean? It's his first year with this roster.
Mhm.
I get it, and I'm gonna be patient, but um, just some of the things that I've noticed in the losses and when they're not looking right, I want to
Yeah,
see what his answer is going to be for some of those issues. And I hope Tommy got one more move in him at
I
either
hope
the
so
three or
too.
the but preferably the
I'm
one.
scared though, dog. You talking about a move right now? After you make all these good moves, it's like, dog, they bound to mess it up, dog. We about to give up some draft picks, something like it. It just got to be the right piece. And I think there's a few players that you might could get in here that could help this team kind of jump to that next tier. But
Let's see who on the trade block. There's got to be some guys out here.
I think the Kimber Walker one makes sense. You probably wouldn't have to give up, your whole lunchbox for it.
Cam Reddish, you
I like
taking him?
Cam Reddish. But again, like what role is he gonna come here and do? I don't want these tweener guys where you gotta figure out they gotta like basically like earn the respect of the team. I need
Right, right,
somebody who
right.
come in off break and it's like, oh yeah, this dude's a starter. And KCP, you going to the bench. Like straight like that. Like that's what we need to bring in here. Somebody where everybody is already like, oh yeah, nah, this dude is the real deal. All right, let's
I take Will Barton. Who else I
I
got over
like
here?
Will Barton. I like Will Barton, but
Eric
I don't
Gordon.
know.
I
I
can't
don't know if
stand
you
his
get. I
game.
don't know if you get Will Barton in this system to do what they're doing right now. Because Will Barton is a one-on-one type of like a player. So I
Tyler
don't.
Hero.
I like Tyler Hero, but again, what you going to get to be able to get him?
Right, right, right. You don't think Rui and Thomas Bryant and maybe Bertans is enough because Bertans ain't knocking the shots down, then he
I
ain't no
don't
point in being
know.
out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
They got to find that 3-point shot.
I would try. Listen, I would try. I tell you, I would package that deal up and say, "Hey, young, what's up? I got something for you. Y'all trying to do this?"
Him and Bill in the backcourt, I'd be psyched. I just want a guy 6'6". Like they so undecided, and then would he essentially would be perfect if he could stay healthy and stay in the game. I don't know.
Yeah, man. We gonna see. We're gonna see. I do not know either, bro. But
But it's
we
not
gonna
panic
see.
button yet. It's not
It's
panic
not
button.
panic. Nah, not for sure.
They not the best Wizards team you've seen no more. You
Mm-mm.
can't, you got to take that back.
I do. I was hyped though. I was
Gil would
hyped.
never.
He would never. Follow us at OSS 980 at Other Side of Sports. Shout out to Where's Buffy. Shout out to Kicking It with G-Man. Shout out to Lance J Radio. Shout out to Sports Talk Tasha. Shout out to uh um Jenna Garcia. If you try to get the PS5, it's still lit. We got to get to 1,000 subscribers. You get the PS5.
Y'all got 2 weeks.
Christmas
Get it
about
before
to
Christmas.
be here, and then we're gonna be in the new year. Then you're gonna be waiting on the summer. Follow us, share the content, share the show. Appreciate our guests joining us, Lance Woods. Go check him out, subscribe and follow him on IG. And we out.